While the cast of Waco is universally great, the actor tasked with portraying David Koresh frequently steals the show. That actor is Taylor Kitsch, and while he's all but unrecognizable in the role, you've absolutely seen his face before. As an actor, Kitsch has been around for a couple of decades now and has built an impressive acting resume. That resume includes a memorable stint in one of HBO's most critically adored shows. Unfortunately, that stint ended up coming in the season of the series that critics liked the least. The show in question is, of course, HBO's anthology crime saga True Detective, which premiered to rave reviews in the winter of 2014 behind the work of Matthew McConaughey, Woody Harrelson, and series director Cary Joji Fukunaga. Sadly, none of those talented individuals returned for True Detective's second season. Instead, series creator Nick Pizzolatto conjured up a new tale of cops and criminals for the show's second run of episodes. In doing so, he also put together a seriously impressive cast to bring those stories to light, with Rachel McAdams, Colin Farrell, Vince Vaughn, Kelly Riley, and more joining Kitsch for the series' second go-round. It could have gone better.
It's functionally impossible to give you a synopsis of this scene.
With such a stacked cast, Season 2 may well have provided too much of a good thing for Pizzolatto and his writing team, as they struggled through an underwhelming, tragically unfocused run of episodes overstuffed with too many characters and narrative entanglements. Though Kitsch's character, Paul Woodrew, was frequently at the center of the season's melodrama, he was just as frequently among its more interesting individuals, coping with a treasure trove of personal anguish and inner demons that would have been enough for an entire season of television in and of themselves. Like many up-and-coming actors, Taylor Kitsch's early years were spotted with supporting roles opposite bigger names. Like many young actors, Taylor Kitsch was once gifted a coveted role in an aspiring blockbuster with full-on franchise potential. And like so many young aspiring superstars before him, things didn't quite work out. To be fair, that doesn't have much to do with Kitsch himself. The truth is, there are not many people in or out of showbiz who could tell you exactly what went wrong with Disney's 2012 tentpole John Carter. It had all the makings of a surefire, family-friendly, crowd-pleasing hit until it got released. When John Carter finally hit theaters in 2012, it did so behind a middling critical response and crippling word of mouth, with the film's unintentional campiness most frequently mentioned as its biggest problem. Not surprisingly, the film, which is nowhere near as bad as you've heard, became one of the biggest box office bombs in Disney history, claiming just north of $73 million at US box offices, barely recouping its mammoth budget with its worldwide take of just over $284 million. Though it's quite likely you've seen Kitsch in one of his big screen roles over the years, it's far more likely you recognize him from his early days on television. Kitsch did, after all, feature prominently in one of the best-loved dramas of the 2000s, one that also proved small-screen adaptations of big-screen successes aren't always doomed to failure. Based on the 2004 film of the same name, the TV show in question is NBC's rousing sports drama Friday Night Lights. If you somehow slept on the book, the movie, and the series, Friday Night Lights follows the travails of a coach and the players of a powerhouse football program in a small Texas town. Among Friday Night Lights' young cast were future stars like Jesse Plemons, Adrian Palicki, and Michael B. Jordan. Taylor Kitsch also appeared in 68 of the show's 76 episodes as the roguish star running back Tim Riggins. If we aren't being too bold, we'd say he was frequently brilliant on the series, imbuing his stoic character with a natural charisma and hard-earned wisdom, even as he was frequently boozing it up and generally running amok all over town. Of course, if you do recognize Kitsch from one of his big screen ventures, it's entirely likely that venture came in as better than the film turn as Gambit in 2009's dreadful X-Men Origins Wolverine. If you happen to recognize Kitsch from another movie, however, it may well be for his hilarious appearance in the Samuel L. Jackson starring horror-tinged camp fest the world came to know as Snakes on a Plane. If you managed to miss Kitsch in the film, it's because he wasn't actually in Snakes on a Plane for very long. In fact, his randy newlywed was one of the first characters to die. Fortunately, it was far from the last we'd see of Kitsch, and as his Waco performance indicates, he has plenty more left in the tank. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.